And slip away it did as the Trailblazers did the unthinkable tonight, and they fell to the shorthanded Los Angeles Lakers 123 to 115. Welcome in to the fifth quarter. Chris Burkhardt here with you, breaking this bad boy down. If you want to join the conversation with me, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, you can go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the chat there as well. A rough night for your Trailblazers, a night where on the pregame show, maybe I learned a lesson. Maybe there is you cannot go through things so easily because my keys to the game were don't worry about all this other stuff. Just play the game that you've been playing over the last few weeks because this is a shorthanded team and it is the South Bay Lakers. Well, I now must respect the South Bay Lakers because they came into town and they just knocked you around. They knocked you around. Now, they pulled away late. Portland had their chances, but the game just felt out of sorts from the jump. Portland just kind of struggled to get it going, get any semblance of just cohesiveness on either end of the basketball. They have hung their hat on defense all year long, and the defense struggled to get stops tonight, and it was just all around as my friend Brendan would say, for lack of better terms, it was just brutal. It was just absolutely brutal. When a team comes to play you on the second night of a back-to-back, and they are missing their three best players, two of whom right now are combined for 70 points per game on average. There's no Luka, there's no Austin Reeves, and there's no LeBron James, who hasn't played yet this season. You look at that, and you're like, okay, that's a game that we're going to win. We're going to walk away with this one. That's just not what happened. 123-115, the final score in favor of the Lakers. The positive is that, that's just your third loss on the year. Portland's still above 500. That's a nice feather in the cap, but now the Lakers improved to 6-2. Would have been nice if that was Portland improving like that. Now let's take a look at the box score because things get crazy. Things absolutely get crazy. On the Lakers side of things, Rui Hachimura had a very good game, 28 points, 4 rebounds and assists, a steal and a block shot. He was 10 of 15 from the floor. DeAndre Ayton may have been a revenge game, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 block shots. Couple nice lobs that he was on the receiving end of. But I think the story of this one was Nick Smith Jr., who most people didn't know coming in. And he had a great game. 10 of 15, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, 25 points, 6 assists, and those points including those huge back-to-back dagger threes late in this game. On the Blazers side of things, Denny Avdia had 33 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, and a steal. And it was more like, okay, can we get anyone else to step up besides Denny? The offense ended up just being Denny at certain points in this game. Yes, Shaedon Sharpe didn't play terribly, 8 of 17, but he was atrocious from beyond the arc, 1 of 7, and 23 points total. Outside of that, you had 18 from Jeremy Grant, and then Drew Holiday probably had his worst game as a Blazer, 8 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. And, sometimes you're just going to have those. The unfortunate part about this team right now, and I said this to Chad during the game, and I said it to Brendan when we were prepping here, is like this team misses Damian Lillard. They need Damian Lillard. And I am not even talking about needing all-star Dame. I'm not talking about a guy who just go out there and drop 50, right? I'm just talking about a guy that you can give the ball and trust to score. When you need those threes late, you can trust him to get them. They don't have that right now. They absolutely do not have that. And that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because they're going to have good nights and they're going to have bad nights shooting. And tonight was one of those bad nights as the Blazers shoot 9 of 40 from beyond the arc, 22%. If you want to join the conversation, youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio is one way to do so, where Brendan is running the chat over there. And the answer is, yes, Brendan, you do say, for lack of better terms, enough that it's a thing, and we all catch it. Everyone has their thing, okay? Like, right? Mine was way worse. Mine was way worse.
Oh, I'm just cackling up back here, man. I'm wondering, like, are you and Chad having some conversations? You know, Brennan always seems to say, do I say lack of better terms all the time?
No, I
just
don't.
Hilarious.
I don't have conversations like that. Okay. I do it on air when you're listening, so you're ready to go. All right. You can also, like I said, you can dial that phone number 503-248-0620, where my man Ken in Vancouver is waiting. Ken, welcome into the fifth quarter.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Good to talk to you.
Always good to talk to you, Ken. How are we doing?
Well, it's been a great start to the season. You know, tonight was a letdown. You know, losing to the Lakers, it's like losing two games. The Lakers just not the team you want to lose to. But, you know, they've had such a great start. I was there Friday night with my daughter. Fantastic game. Beating the Nuggets was fantastic. I mean, that was special. That was really cool. And I was excited about tonight. And like I said, there's just, I mean, you know, losing Blake was huge. The guy is just a spark plug. I mean, he's the first guy I've ever seen. I mean, you could say, you know, Matisse is a lot like that, but Blake was a little different. Just a guy who's really not a scorer, doesn't shoot the ball uber well, but has that big of an effect on a game. And just incredible fun. And I felt like they were missing his charge tonight.
No, I think you're not wrong. I mean, the term spark plug is exactly what Coach Splitter used pregame. That, you know, they're missing that spark plug, and it's going to be hard to, you know, get him, you know, replace that. And offensively, yeah, you're right. He's not, you know, great offensively, but he's not bad, right? And it's the defensive side that he has been really good on. He's kind of chaotic, but in a controlled way. And losing that off of the bench tonight, along with Tease, was, I think, very impactful because, again, the Blazers never really got in a rhythm because there was lapses when you take out, you know, your starters and you're going with CDC Sacco and Chris Murray or Caleb Love, right? And respect to those guys because, you know, they're in the league and they're playing, but it's just not the same as those other two right now.
No, there wasn't the same electricity when they came into the game. And we fell really flat. I was sorry, my voice. I'm getting over the crud, but I thought Thiago should have brought Sharp back in the game. I know, you know, I don't know if you've noticed, but just on his 3-point shooting this year, his elbow's flying a lot, man. I hope Dave gets in the gym with him and starts saying, dude, you got to keep your elbow in because he's shooting all funky from 3-point range. It's just like, it doesn't even look smooth. I mean, it's, you know, and once he gets that going, I think he'll be back. I think he's been a little frustrated, and you can tell that calf is hurting him a little bit. It's bothering him. And, but tonight, the only downer I thought tonight, and I've been really proud, you know, I've been really proud of Donovan Clingan. He's really coming to his own, and I've been proud of him, but tonight he was empty colors. He was a Klingon, you know, orbiting Uranus and was nowhere near the Moda Center tonight. That was an awful game from him. Yeah. And that was a big part. I honestly think his empty calorie game really hurt the Blazers because there just didn't seem like a lot of second chance rebounds. It was like one and done. And the other night against Denver, that wasn't the case. He was a beast the other night.
Yeah, and maybe he's just having a little bit of a letdown too. But you know, it's a rough night, Ken. And thanks for the call as always. But these nights, they happen. It's the NBA, right? Like sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Tonight they were the bug, and it's just worse though. It's like you beat Denver at full strength, and then you take the Lakers on missing half their roster, all their best players, hands down, and you can't get it done on your home court. That's unfortunate. This is the type of game that you hope, you know, this is 7 games down, so 75 to go. You hope 70 games from now you're not like, gosh, that one really hurt us in the standings now when you look back. You hope you took care of business. Also, shout out to Timmy in the chat, a.k.a. Bobby. He, you know, fake names and all. he's right, and this loss is really on him. He said that the Blazers were 2-0 when he bought me a pregame Spam Musubi, and 0-2 when he didn't buy the Spam Musubi. So it is really his fault, because he did. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy you a Spam Musubi tonight," and then they won. He's like, text me. He's like, "They won. That means I have to buy you one every night," and he didn't buy me one tonight. Superstitions, man. It's really your fault that they lost. How does that feel, Bobby? You're going to have to sleep with that now. That's very, very unfortunate. All right, this is the fifth quarter. I'm your host, Chris Burkhardt. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, you can go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the chat there. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to hit our drive of the night. Trust me, they may have lost, but there were still good plays. It was not a terrible game. I will contend that there are levels to losses, and this one doesn't feel as bad as, Utah or Memphis last year, and hopefully we don't see any of those anytime soon. This is the fifth quarter on your home of the Blazers, Rip City Radio, 620.
Portland, get ready for a homecoming like no other. Portland State football is returning to the heart of the city at Providence Park for one historic day, the home of the
Clear. 3 on the break.
to the Vikes as they take on
Apollo Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Go to Apollo.
Well,
Fix anything.
Turn the ad off. Oh, well, Ignatius. That is your real name. Are you playing college football? That's a real question. Watching all the way from Winchester, Virginia. You better be going to a Virginia Tech game, having some fun. And if you're just joining us, yeah, Bobby needs to buy me Spam. It's his fault they lost. It's his fault they lost. How are we doing in there? Not a lot of chatters tonight, but we're having fun. Who's on line one? Oh, there it is. But yeah, we're having fun. Commercial break. Got a few minutes to spare. Rough game. Sean, I think Sean hit it. And, nobody created the spark tonight. That's absolutely true. No one created it. And Blake Wesley had been so good at that as of late. And without him tonight, yeah, I think Tiago is going to take a few games maybe. Oh, we're back. And there's your drive of the night. Like I said, there was a couple good plays, but as the chatters are saying on YouTube, like Johnny Tsunami chimes in, he says, just felt like the Blazers fell asleep a little bit too much at the wheel tonight. I think the Lakers for sure had a chip on their shoulder from the Blazers beating them on their home floor. And that very well could be true, Johnny. I also think, like, there's something to be said when you run into these type of games where, again, LeBron wasn't playing, Luka wasn't playing, Reeves wasn't playing. So a guy like Nick Smith Jr., he has a chance that he doesn't normally have. And guys like to take that ball and run with it, right, and take advantage of those situations. And then they get hot. The thing is, these guys are all in the NBA for a reason, because they are the top 1% in the world at the game of basketball. The frustrating part is you should still, like I said in the pregame show, you see that team, you know that they're not at full strength. That is when you should absolutely go for the haymaker. The Blazers should not have come out flat. The Blazers should have come out ready to go, knowing, hey, we do not, let this one go away. We come out, it's first round knockout, Mike Tyson style, right out of the corner. Bell is still ringing in the venue, echoing throughout, and just pop right in the mouth. Any boxing match, you let a guy sit there and swing at you enough and you don't go offensive, you're going to run out too. They're going to get you. They're going to eventually land that one you didn't see coming. It's like watching UFC. Anderson Silva used to do his thing where he'd just put his hands down and he'd dodge every single hit, and it was cool until he did it the one time where he was dodging, acting all good, and then didn't dodge the punch and just knocked him flat on his rear end. You got to come out, and you got to come out looking for the KO punch. And the Blazers didn't come out even looking for a jab tonight. They came out gloves up, just play a little defense. You got to come out swinging when you see these teams, because if you give a team like this life with guys who, as the chatter said, maybe been playing with a little bit of chip on their shoulder, or have a chance to do something like play the game that they don't always get to play because, these starters are in, they're going to take advantage because they're too talented not to. And the Blazers just absolutely let them get away with it tonight. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. You can also go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the chat there, which is funny because Brendan's in the chat, and he did. He's like, I'm going to drop a name that you'll probably understand, Yogi Ferrell. I'm like, oh, my gosh. Did kind of feel like a Yogi Ferrell game. And then he popped off and earned a contract out of it and then disappeared. But, yeah, Nick Smith, he was hitting everything. And, you just got to come out, pop him right in the mouth. You can't let him swing back at you. All right, let's head out to the phones where Brandon in Ridgefield has been waiting. Brandon, welcome into the fifth quarter.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I just wanted to give some super Lakers hate and throw out that the entire time that Luka has been on the team, right, we've never even been able to see him. What's all that about?
Isn't that annoying?
I don't understand it. It's so annoying. It's like everybody that comes to the Blazers or wants to come and play the Blazers, anything Northwest, it all just turns, they're like, oh, well, we just turn a blind eye. We're just like, no, we're just going to send our second team out. I hate it. I hate everything about it. There's no point in it.
Well, Brandon, you're not alone, and I don't necessarily think they're sending. Hey, we're going to send the second team up to Portland, but there is something weird about stars sitting all the time. It's not just Portland; it's just an NBA epidemic that I'm personally over. Like LeBron, LeBron has a legit injury. He hasn't played a game yet. I get it. You got to nurse back. But Luka, you're good enough to play last night, but not tonight. No, you're either good enough to play basketball or you're not.
100%. I can't stand it. Get off your high horse, get on the court, and play your ball. That's what you do. That's what you get paid for. Go do it.
Yes, and I also say it absolutely selfishly, Brandon, because when I'm here in this arena and the Lakers are coming to town, I want to see the best ball players in the world. I want to see Luka.
100%.
I know that makes it harder to win, but I want to see the best. So I'm 100% with you, Brandon, 100%.
I got to give a big shout-out to Chad. I'm sure he's listening.
He doesn't have his headset on, but he is next to me. He is next to me.
Even if it is a loss.
Hey, Chad, Brandon in Ridgefield wants you to know, show me your blazer. Hey, Brandon, he's gonna put the headset on for you.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate the shout out, my friend. Show me your blazer.
Let's go, baby.
All right, Brandon. Hey, thank you so much for the call. And you know what? See, I like the attitude too, because you know what? It's a tough loss, but we're still happy. We're still good. We're still good. It just any night you lose to the Lakers is a night that you want to wipe away and ignore. But no, Brandon, you're not alone. Like I said, I don't think they're trying to get at, like, not play the Blazers or like, oh, it's an easy game we can take off. I do just think there is just a bigger issue at hand with these teams. Just like, oh, this guy's not going to play or this guy's not going to play, and I am the type that like it would be a feather in my cap. Like I want to play all 82. You're gonna like Dame is kind of that way for a while. And then crazy things happen. But it's like sometimes the team had to sit him out because like you ain't stopping me. I want to get on the court. I would want to get on the court, especially knowing too that like your NBA career is pretty short in the grand scheme of things. Like 10, 15 years, more for some of the all-time longevity guys. But in general, man, I want to get out on the court. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll head to the Coach's Corner, hear what Tiago Splitter had to say. But, of course, before we head to break, it's time for your shot of the night.
Live from the Coors Light Studios, Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Time for the fifth quarter shot of the night on your home of the Portland Trailblazers. 620 Rip City Radio.
Grant attacks, drives, kicks it to Optia. Corner three. Buries it. 29 for Denny. That's a season high. 107-103.
Chad doing here. I've been blessed to be on the radio.
All right, we're in a commercial break. What are you crazies saying in here? I love how this chat, like, I'm gonna have to ban these fools. They come into my chat and just turn into a college football chat. Sean, I too was expecting a Blazers blowout. Absolutely was. I was expecting a blowout. The chance to see young Hansen. I was hoping that was all going to happen. But it didn't. It didn't. It's unfortunate. But we'll take it. We'll move on. Go to the next. Tough game Wednesday. It's going to be one of those games where it's not the result. It's just how you bounce back. You got to look good. You got to look good. Tonight, this is terrible. And the offense is just non-existent sometimes, and that's nasty. All right, I'm going to bounce off for a second. We'll be back here after the break. unfortunate loss to the Lakers. If you want to join the conversation, 503-248-0620 is the telephone number. And, of course, you go to youtube.com, type in Rip City Radio, and join the chat there. And it's funny, Chris just chimed in. Says, this place isn't the same without Victor from Turkey, who was Anthony Simon's biggest fan. He's been calling the Celtics show religiously. Always knew he was a single-player fan. Disgraceful non-Blazer. Chris, the fact that you say that is absolutely hilarious because Victor in Turkey DM'd me on Twitter the other day to say, hey, Chris, sorry, I'm not calling in, but, I'm a Celtics fan now because I follow Ant Simon. And I had to laugh, and I respect it because he would call in every single night just so heated about what the Blazers did or didn't do with them. He's like, send me a video. Yeah, hey, Chris, this is Victor. Yeah, I changed my team because of Ant. Don't you? Hope to talk again. Oh, my gosh. So it's funny that you guys are missing old Victor in Turkey, too. You need to, whoever he calls in, maybe you need to get in on the chat and tell him, hey, he needs to call in on the fifth quarter. You need to call in on the fifth quarter. Johnny Tsunami says, maybe felt a little too comfortable knowing their big three was out. I actually think the Blazers have a shot against OKC. I love how they've been playing. Hopefully we'll be better from three-point on Wednesday. And you do. You got to be better shooting the ball. It was absolutely terrible tonight. And maybe you can match up with OKC, just the way you play defense. But if you play like you did tonight, you don't stand a chance. You got to. That wasn't Blazer basketball. That wasn't the type of basketball that we have come accustomed to over the previous 6 games. This was not great. And so you got to come out and you got to get that, snap back to reality. And you need to get the offense to show up to. You need more than just Denny Avdia. But when it comes to coming out and maybe being comfortable or not comfortable with the lineup because stars were out, I'm pretty sure Tiago Splitter had something to say about that. Let's head to the coach's corner. I'm trying to play him. There he is.
They play harder than us. They shot the ball better. We were not as aggressive. But one of those nights that we could not dominate with our defense, and they just shot better than us, and in a lot of ways. So 58% for 2, 39 for 3. Just too comfortable. We could not impose our rhythm, and you got to give them credit. They play well.
You seemed a little bit frustrated at the end of third quarter when they failed to give the ball quick for run, and a couple more from there. What's go through your mind?
I don't remember exactly when was it.
It's at the end of third quarter, and when somebody made the layup, you was trying to convince them.
It was just like one of those possessions where we can get about 2 for 1. And we were too slow to take it out. We were not focused. I think we had 5-6 seconds to get a shot, and they will have another offense, and we will have a second shot. So we could have 2 for 1 situation in that. That's why.
Talk about them playing harder than you. Do you think some of that is like a letdown mentally from the players because Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves were out?
Hopefully not. I was afraid of that before the game, and usually that happens, right? Like 2 stars like that don't play, and then their guy's going to step up. They're hungry. They want to play. They want to, prove their coach they got to play more minutes, et cetera, et cetera. So, and we were too passive. We started the game on a bad one, call a timeout, and then we did a better quarter after that. But then from that, the Lakers just better. They just shot the ball better. They were getting to the spots they want. Like I say, I told the guys, and we win together, we lose together. This is a team lack of everything. We got to go watch the film, get better, and see what we can do better against OKC.
You think this might also be part of it is how hard you guys are playing. There's going to be like letdowns, games like this at some points where you guys kind of just run out of gas.
Could be, but NBA is like this. Everybody's in a tough schedule. Everybody gotta play hard, and we wish we were not there tonight.
It seemed like they really started to get some of the momentum midway through the second quarter. What led to that, and why was it so hard to get some of that control back after that?
Yeah, I think a little bit we were missing our shots. We couldn't. We shot 22% for three, but I think we could not, impose our defense. I think they were getting the shots they want. DA got the shots he wants, and then what's his name? Nick Smith Jr. played a great game. He just changed the whole pace. We could not guard him. He got the mid-range. He started to hit threes, pull-up threes, and then he was passing to DA. And but credit to him. Great game by him.
You talked about your defense multiple times, and this is the first time you played without a couple of your bench guys. Your important bench defenders. Do you feel like this is kind of you navigating the next phase without these guys, kind of adjusting?
Yeah, we gotta see who is ready, right? I think CD did a good job. He brought energy, but it's not enough from the rest of the guys. I think Rob was good on offense, on defense, not there yet. I think he still needs some rhythm. But Kayla got to do a better job defensively. But like I said, everyone got to step up. I think the whole team was just not there defensively.
And there you hear from Coach Splitter. And, yeah, you win as a team, you lose as a team, and the whole team wasn't there defensively. That's that. And, even he was like, what's his name? And, yeah, Nick Smith Jr. absolutely went off, had 25 points, and the shot was falling, and sometimes it's just hard to stop. You gotta bounce back. You got to play better against OKC, and I do think, let's be realistic here. Yes, it's not the same at the top end, but this is a team that is missing a large chunk of its rotation today. Scoot is obviously going to be a part of that rotation this season, and then the injury derailed him. You can't count Dame because he was never going to play this year, but Scoot was supposed to be ready day one, and then that was unfortunate. And then Matisse and Blake Wesley, who have been very, very important parts of this second unit. And when you're struggling to get that defensive consistency, part of that's because you lost two guys in the rotation that are really, really good defensive players. So those are the things that Coach Thiago Splitter has to figure out with these injuries that are going to last. Scoot might not be back between until January, depending on what the timeline is when he gets reevaluated. Blake Wesley is going to be out 8 to 12 weeks, and then Matisse Thybulle's out 4 to 6 weeks. So they're not coming back anytime soon. So you got to adjust. You have to adjust quickly. Tough loss for the Blazers, but still, I want to take the time to hand out a game ball. All right, game ball tonight. Pretty simple if you're a Blazer fan. It has to go out to Deni Avdija. I thought that he was really trying to put the team on his back, especially late. 33 points, 10 of 12 from the floor, 3 of 9. He was doing everything. It's just there wasn't a lot else helping him. 3 of 11 from beyond the arc was Toumani Camara, 0 of 1 for DC, 0 of 6 for Drew Holiday, 1 of 7 for Shaedon Sharpe. So between those three guys, they were 1 of 14. That's not a recipe for success. Jeremy Grant played well, 6 of 10, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. But no, you got to figure out something now with these rotations, and you need more than just Deni to show up. The team, it's weird because you look at this and you think that the team was just absolutely terrible. They shot 49% from the floor, which is not a terrible night. From beyond the arc, they were atrocious, 9 of 40, good for 22%. But the Lakers shot almost 60% from the floor. So it was a weird night where the defense had been so good all year long, and there was definitely a letdown tonight. Again, part of that might be Blake Wesley and Matisse Thybulle not being available. All right, though, that's going to do it for the fifth quarter tonight because we still got more basketball coming this week. The Blazers will take on the Oklahoma City Thunder on Wednesday in a game where hopefully they can bounce back, get this thing going. Tip-off will be at 7. That means I'll have game day for you starting at 5. If you're in the arena, come say hi. And hopefully the Blazers can give me a birthday win because it is indeed my birthday. I'll be 20. Thank you. I think I'll be 22, 23. Yeah. Yeah, the worst part is I don't look anywhere in my 20s. You could probably pass as 18. So you still got that baby face. I don't. But no, we're going to hopefully get a Blazer win and hopefully have a little more fun things to talk about. Just real quick, Johnny Tsunami says, hey, City was good in energy tonight for sure. Hey, City's there's stuff there to like from City, and Coach did mention it. So we'll see how that changes on Wednesday. Maybe there's a little bit of a different rotation, and just you got to get guys going, and you got to figure it out. It's going to be the biggest thing for Tiago. A little bit of a speed bump and a chance to really see what his coaching chops are all about. Once again, final score from Moda Center. Lakers 123, your Trailblazers 115. They will be back in action Wednesday. Tip-off at 7, game day at 5. Rip City, I'll talk to you on the next one.